Hey guys, what's up? It is Mossy back with another LoL esports related video. Today we're going to be talking about MSI 2021. It's coming up very soon and it should be starting up in around 2 weeks from when this video will be uploaded, so on May 6th. I think everyone in the World of League is super excited for the tournament to start. It should be super hype, so let's talk a little bit about the teams. Alright, so here is a quick screenshot of the teams that will be attending. Unfortunately, due to COVID travel restrictions, we're actually missing one team, which is GAM Esports. They would have been the representative from Vietnam, but will be unfortunately unable to attend this tournament, so the groups have been adjusted. Now going into some predictions, I'm going to say that Group A is actually like super simple to predict. RNG obviously going to come in first. You know, they're LPL representative. They're a very strong team. Right behind them, I have Unicorns of Love, and then Pentanet in third. So I could potentially see some upsets in terms of maybe Pentanet comes to play and they give Unicorns a run for their money. But actually, I remember seeing UOL play at Worlds and being really impressed. So I'd be really shocked if Pentanet were able to upset them. But yeah, I mean, this group is like pretty straightforward, like nothing too concerning in terms of you know, are there really going to be any crazy upsets? Moving onwards to Group B, though, this one is actually a little trickier. I'm going to say that Mad Lions will almost definitely be in first, but after that, it gets like a little bit tricky. Like, I think they're going to be followed by PSG Talon and then Pain Gaming with like the Wildcats in last. However, I could definitely see Pain Gaming upsetting PSG Talon. Pain Gaming, they're a hungry team. They have a lot to prove. They definitely have the ability to pull off an upset, so I would not count them out. You know, Pain Gaming, they're the CB LoL representative, and obviously CB LoL, like, it's a region that's still sort of developing and it hasn't always shown up at like these major events. Whereas, you know, the PCS, like PSG Talon, has a little bit more, what's the way to put it, like, not prestige, but they definitely have more history in terms of showing up and performing at some of these events. So I think it'll be anyone's game in terms of, you know, who finds that second slot. And unfortunately for the Istanbul Wildcats, like, I would just be extremely shocked. Like, it would be super hype if they showed up. But you know, they're from one of those regions. You know, you don't see as many TCL. You don't see as many upsets from that region in general. They usually don't show up at international events. So yeah, let's move on to the third one. Okay, so finally we are at Group C, and I think this group is fairly obvious to predict, but I'm not sure. You know, there's an NA team in this group, anything could happen. Obviously, I think Damwon will sweep this group no problem. You know, they won Worlds. They seem like they're still in peak condition, sort of, in terms of their players, and I followed a little bit of the LCK. It seemed like they, you know, mostly had things on lock. Um, so I want to talk a little bit about the rest of the group. I do worry a little bit about C9's ability to handle Infinity Esports, as they're also sort of a team with some upset potential. Um, that being said, I think it's pretty guaranteed that, like, below them, like, I don't think Detonation, Focus Me will really, you know, pull out any surprises. I think that they'll almost certainly place last, given that the LJL is just not in like a super great spot right now. Um, so I think the placing will go. It'll be like Damwon, then C9, then Infinity, then Detonation. Um, but if C9 somehow choke, which wouldn't be like the most shocking thing in the world, given that they're an NA team, then Infinity might actually be able to break into the top two. So I would definitely keep your eye on this group. You know, I don't know if you guys are any NA fans like me, but um, I've covered a lot of the NALCS. I'm hoping that C9 will represent the region well. Hoping that they, you know, don't choke super hard in the group stage, but you never know with NA. All right, so moving forward with the general power rankings, I just wanted to rank my top 8 teams. These should just be taken lightly, as they're, you know, just my opinion. I really only pay attention to like the major regions, so I'm ranking the smaller ones according to past results at international events and kind of how they look now, if I know any of their players. Yeah, I really just I went ahead and I looked at like the last results of Worlds and sort of placed teams according to how likely they are to perform slash upset. So coming in at number 1, the team I have to win it all is going to be Dom 1. LCK is looking super strong at the moment, and they won last Worlds. Pretty much enough said. Moving forward for the number 2 spot, I have RNG in there. LPL is also very strong as we saw at last Worlds. I think RNG actually have the potential to win the whole tournament. It's just going to kind of be a toss-up probably between these two teams. For number 3 though, I have Mad Lions. The LEC is always a contender at international events, and Mad Lions look great right now. I definitely would not count them out to go to finals and maybe even win it all. I would love to see it happen. For number 4, I have Cloud9. Maybe they're slightly worse than PSG Talent. I'm not sure. C9 haven't looked super clean throughout like the whole LCS spring split, but they're our representative, and hopefully they should give us some solid games. I would love to see them make it to the final, but it really seems unlikely that they'd take a full series over any of the teams above them. Coming in at number 5 is PSG Talon. Teams from the PCS tend to show up at least a little bit at international events, and I would love for them to give us some great games. But I'd be shocked to see them make it past a series or two. Number 6 is Unicorns of Love. Like I mentioned earlier, they played well at last Worlds, but I haven't kept up with their region at all. I'm not even sure if it's like the same roster or what. I'd be hyped if they made a run, but I would not give my hopes up for them, for sure. And then number 7, probably Pain Gaming. They're the CB LoL representative, and I could maybe see them breaking away to make like a good run. You never know. And then the last team I think would be like Infinity Esports, because I think this roster has some potential. Actually, I watched one of their VODs, and the way that they play is super entertaining. So I hope they can maybe like upset a game or two. Yeah. Anyway, I mean that was just sort of what I was thinking about MSI 2021. I'm not sure how things will pan out, if we'll get any like interesting upsets or whatever, but that's sort of how I'm feeling about it all. So I'm looking forward to the event and stuff though, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.